best bites forever.
Hey, what's up? I'm Chef Alicia, and today I'm making this slow roasted turkey. If you're new here, welcome, and don't forget to click on that subscribe button. And if you're already one of my BBFs, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. Now let's rock this out. The first thing that I want to do here is make my marinade. So I am starting off with 21 cloves of garlic, and you can adjust that to your own taste. I definitely trimmed away all of the yuckies. I'm also adding in 1 shallot and 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Don't worry, because all of these ingredients will be listed down below in the description. The next thing that I'm adding in is 3 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar. I'm also adding in 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, and if you want that to be a little spicier, add a little more. Next is 1/4 cup of kosher salt, 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne. Again, you want a little more kick, add a little bit more. 3 teaspoons of black pepper and a teaspoon of coriander. I am also going to be adding in some pink grapefruit zest, and if you want to know my thinking behind this, I went ahead and recorded while I was kind of talking myself through this recipe, and I put it down at the very end of this video after you see the title Best Bites Forever. So about half of the pink grapefruit zest is going in there. I have also here 1 cup of olive oil, but I'm only going to put in half of it at a time because I want to make sure that I get a good emulsification here. So I'm going to pulse that a few times and then spin it around until it looks like this. Open it up and add in the rest of my olive oil. Again, the reason that I did it in 2 parts is I want to make sure that it emulsifies properly, because when I'm marinating my bird, I want to make sure that everything is getting the goodness and love. So this is what it looks like when it's all ready to go, and it's time to get out my turkey. So here is my beautiful turkey, and I'm going to be putting 2 containers next to it. There was 1 and 2 containers. I will show you what those are for in a second. I also am taking that little thermometer thing out of there because I would rather just do my own temperature and make sure that it is correct. I'm taking all of the goodies from the inside, including any ice that's in there, which will be thrown away. I also want the neck. That's going to go into my keep bin, and then I'm going to take this bag up out of the top. So if you are not familiar with what is in the bag, I'm going to show you really quickly so that you can be. So this is all of the little innards of the turkey, and some of these you want to keep to the side for gravy, and some people like to add them into like the stuffing, some people like to fry them up. I personally just throw them away. The only thing that I'm really interested in here is the gizzards. So this is kind of torn up. There's like little bits of, I'm pretty sure, liver here. I definitely don't want to do anything with that, but again, you can chop it for your stuffing if you want to. This is my gizzard, and that's what I was looking for. That's going to go into my little container with my neck. It's going to be used for gravy. Here I have the liver, and that other little bit was the heart. Those, again, you can chop them up, you can eat them, whatever. Mine are going in the garbage. So the gizzard is saved though, and the neck is saved. Moving right along, I am ready to start marinating my turkey. So what is really important for you to know here is that the marinade's flavors will not penetrate the skin, so you have to make little pockets for the marinade to go into. So right now I'm up at the top of the turkey, like around the neck area, and I'm just using my fingers to kind of create a little pocket here. Once I get a nice little pocket, I'm going to pour the marinade directly down into that and then kind of smooth it around. Of course, I want to do this on both sides of my turkey. So at this point, I have a nice little pocket, and I'm just adding in that marinade, and I'm going to rub it around with my hand, like I said, and then repeat the same thing on the other side. Once you have that done, you're going to do the same idea except going the other direction. So starting at the bottom of the turkey where the cavity is, very gently use your finger to go in there and create a little pocket from the bottom. Take a big handful of the marinade and kind of spread it around inside there. Do the same thing on the other side. Once you have both sides of the breast done, then you want to do the inside of the turkey. So I've turned my turkey upside down so that the neck is down on the bottom, and I'm going to pour some of that marinade directly into the cavity of the turkey. I want to rub that marinade along the inner part of the ribs. So the underside of the ribs is what I'm rubbing right now, and once you get that nice and thoroughly rubbed down, go ahead and lay your turkey on his back again. And this time we're going to put the marinade all over the outside of the turkey, because even though though it isn't going to penetrate the skin, we do want the skin to have some flavor. Make sure that you get all of those little cracks and crevices and pits in the turkey. Also, the little wing tips here, if you put them into the oven how they are, like all exposed, they will burn. So you need to make sure that you tuck the little wing tips back. Basically, you're just going to grab a hold of them and put them back so it looks like the turkey is kind of relaxing. Like he's got his little wings back, he's gonna like lay back and chill and have a little nap, like so. So once I have that there, I'm going to go ahead and put the marinade on the back of the turkey and on the wings. I did the little wingtip things first because I didn't want them to be slippery when I was trying to put them behind his little, into relaxation position type of thing. So once I have this thoroughly covered, my turkey is ready to go into the refrigerator and marinate and hang out in there for a couple of days. So I'm going to very thoroughly cover it in plastic. Like I'm going to put a couple of layers so that it doesn't make my entire refrigerator smell like garlic, and then I'm going to put this into the fridge for 2 days. I'm going to leave a link down below to the FDA where they talk about food safety and how long your turkey can hang out in the fridge and all of that kind of stuff, so please make sure that you're following those guidelines. This is my turkey 2 days later, and I'm just going to show you how to make him pretty by fixing the skin and also by stuffing that kind of top neck area with a little bit of stuffing. And while I do that, I'm going to go over a little bit of slow roasting information for you. So the FDA recommends slow roasting at 325 degrees, never below that, okay? But official slow roasting takes place between 250 degrees and 325 degrees. I'm going to leave that up to you if you want to follow the FDA guidelines or not. I am going to be roasting mine at 325. If you are roasting at the lower temperatures, do not put your stuffing into your turkey because you can definitely end up sick from doing that. The higher heat does toughen and shrink protein and it causes more moisture loss. That's why turkey is kind of happier at the lower temperatures. And to give you an idea, a 20-pound turkey will take about 5 hours at 325. Again, if you're slow roasting, do not stuff the cavity of your turkey. The little neck part is okay because that is just to look pretty. Also, make sure that you're basting your turkey every 20 to 30 minutes with some type of oil, and I will get back to that in just a minute. Here is the beginning of my gravy, so I'm putting that gizzard in there along with the neck, and I'm sorry because I didn't record actually putting this whole gravy together, but I will leave a link down below to last year's turkey where I thoroughly go over how to make the gravy. But this is going to be the stock for my gravy, and I have what I just showed you, plus 1 quart, which is the 32 ounces of chicken stock. That's going on the stove for 2 hours. So this is my turkey, and he's been in about 45 minutes, and I'm just showing you how I'm basting it. So you need a pure oil. You don't want to put a liquid like even the juice or water because it stops your turkey from browning. So what I do is I just have a spray bottle that has olive oil in it, and every time I pull it out to baste it, I just spray it down with the olive oil. You can also use clarified butter or whatever kind of pure oil that you want. At this point, turkey has been in the oven for about an hour and a half, and if you look closely, you'll see that he's not released like any juices at all. So I'm adding a little bit of water because I don't want all of the bits in the bottom to burn. This is what it looked like when I pulled it out, and this is what it looked like on a plate. Mine took about 4 hours, and he weighed almost 17 pounds, just to give you an idea. That's it for now, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
BackBitesForever.com.
Okay, so this is the thought process. I started off, it was going to be garlic, lemon, honey, and like possibly a shallot. But then I kind of got to thinking and I thought, I have done this kind of setup before, so then I wanted to change a few things out. So I got rid of the honey and I brought in brown sugar. But then when I brought in the brown sugar, I felt like I should do another change, so I took out the lemon and I put in a pink grapefruit. Of course, then I started thinking, do I want the shallot? Yes, of course I do. But what can complement the pink grapefruit? So then I started thinking some coriander. Of course, I love coriander and citrus together, so I decided to add that in. But then I got to thinking a little more and I was like, do I want to add some mustard? So I was thinking, okay, maybe some spicy mustard, but then I was feeling like that's going to overpower my coriander, so I thought, what about some maye mustard? Because it is absolutely delicious. If you've never had this mustard, totally get some, try it. In fact, it is so good. I was sitting here doing it, and I decided to take a bite out of it, like so size. It is Okay, so Xavier came in, but what I was saying is that I was thinking about adding in the maille then, and then I was thinking though, I don't know if these two are going to play well together or like super complement each other. So my last and final thought as of right now before I start putting this together is there is going to be a maille mustard gravy, which I think is going to be really fun and really different. But if you don't want to put any of these things, if you want to stick to like the kind of safe, you know, garlic, shallot, honey, lemon, this is like pretty classic. Everybody has it, everybody knows it, but I definitely like to, you know, push it a little bit. So I'm going with what I said, and I am ready to go ahead and get started.